Hari Om Swamiji.
Yeah.
So, being a musician, I've always felt that, of course, I can be biased, but I've always felt that music is the best art form. Because sometimes when I listen to something that is absolutely beautiful, by whichever composer, but I hear something that is absolutely beautiful, it transmits me into a different place. It transports me to different to places and areas that I would never imagine. And at the same time, sometimes I cannot understand the beauty of music because my brain just cannot completely fully understand how beautiful this piece of music is. So then I just attribute it to a plane that I do not understand, and I call it, being spiritual or spiritual music. So what would you call spiritual music, and what do you think, why do you think I feel that way when I listen to music that is so beautiful and I just can't understand the beauty of it?
Because I don't think our head can always understand everything. Some things are understood just by the heart.
Exactly.
So when we're trying to intellectually understand the notes, etc., which also has its own framework and understanding or its creation, but the best music, as you know, comes from the heart. So when the music comes from the heart, and of course, beyond the head and the heart is the spiritual plane. And when you experience that, and that is when, as Swami Chinmayananda used to say, Gurudev used to say, that whenever in any work you lose you merge your individuality with your surroundings, with your work, with your music, with your art, that moment of inspiration is where you transcend the mind and the divinity flows through you.
Wow. So do you feel this way about any other art form besides music? Is there something that gives you that feeling?
Of course, music is the most spontaneous art, or that which touches your heart, where the musician plays and you just listen, and whether you understand music or not, it can, and any beauty, I would say that, whether it's a sculpture, whether it's a painting, if you understand and feel it, of course, nothing like it. But everyone can feel a beauty, can recognize a beauty. So music is something that just spontaneously touches your heart and brings about that sense of inner beauty. And it just, something about music is, you see a painting, everything reflects back to you, but you can still be extrovert. But music brings you inward. No?
Absolutely.
And you begin to recognize the beauty that lies within you. And therefore, it's a very spontaneous discovery of beauty, of serenity. So that, of course, music has that charm. But I feel every art has got its own beauty, charm, and effect on our hearts.
Art from the heart.
Yes.
And another thing that I've always struggled with is that when I'm creating a piece of music, I always feel that as soon as I put lyrics into that piece of music, because I love making instrumental music, but as soon as I put lyrics to it, then it immediately gives a face to the music, and the music no longer becomes open to interpretation, and it does not evoke like a multitude of responses. What about you? Do you like instrumental music, or do you like to listen to music which has got words, which is explaining what the music is all about?
I like both.
Okay.
Because words put to music
Yeah.
has its own charm.
Yeah.
And everybody may not understand the music part of it.
Yes.
And probably need words. But eventually, neither words nor music. It is in silence that the highest communication takes place. And if music takes you to that inner silence, then that magic of that music manifests.
Excellent. I mean, that it's true actually, because silences play such an important role in our lives. Being a musician, I've always felt that, many times I'm just sitting down silently in the studio, and I've got a soundproof studio, and I sit down silently in the studio, and my friends and relatives are pretty shocked, and they're like, "What are you doing over there?" And I said, no, this is also a part of the music creation process of just sitting in silence and not listening to music or not creating music.
When we're not listening to the chatter of our own mind, that's when the divine music manifests.
Wow. Absolutely.